Sunday, week 9 felt like rookie week with quite a few rookies making a big statements yesterday, and you had quite a few shootouts, you had quite a few shutouts and beatdowns. So I've got you guys covered with the top 10 players going up in football card value, correlating that player performance with the eBay sold data. So let's dig in. Number 1 is CJ Stroud. He carved up the Bucs defense to the tune of 470 passing yards and 5 touchdowns with 0 interceptions, including a final second dime to Tank Dell for the win. Check out this base mosaic here selling for $29.99 today, or the silver mosaic going for $45.36 on the horizontal. So just to put this into perspective, guys, check out the Will Levis, who's kind of come back down to earth a little bit, even though he showed some more promising passing traits against a really tough Steelers blitz on Thursday night. But look at that same card, going for about half of that of CJ Stroud for the mosaic, or the horizontal going for just $6.50 when you've got the Stroud here going for $36. The No Huddle Sparkle selling in a buy it now, marked down from $200 to $125. The Silver Disco introductions from the No Huddle box are quite popular. I have a few transactions here today, one at 60, one at 50. So check out the largest transaction from CJ Stroud yesterday on game day. It says $4,700 Panini Instant transaction here for CJ Stroud. You can see the stack of PSA 9s, PSA 10s, PSA 10s, and raw cards. If you look at the details of this transaction, it's 40 PSA 10s, 20 PSA 9s, and 100 ungraded raw Panini Instant RPS First Look CJ Stroud cards from the NFLPA Rookie Premier event when the picture was taken. And then you have this 2023 Topps Now PSA 10. It's numbered out of 25. It's a population of 1, of course, and this sold for $1,200 in a buy it now yesterday. Compare that, though, to this raw one that is numbered out of 199, but also has that on-card rookie auto here. That's pretty hard to find from CJ Stroud, and you're going to have a lot of these in the Topps Now product. That sold for $1,100 in a buy it now today. For comparison, that same card for Will Levis sold yesterday in a buy it now for $325, just a fourth or so of what that CJ Stroud sold for. Now, where does number 2, Tank Dell, stack up in this comparison against these quarterbacks? You know, he's a versatile mini tank, as I like to call him. Not only had 2 carries, but he also had 6 receptions for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns, one of those being the game-winning touchdown. Well, his silver mosaic and his mosaic disco just going for a fraction of that of CJ Stroud or Will Levis, $7, $3 on the silver. His market's been pretty quiet as he's taken a backseat to Nico Collins. Someone in a pretty smart move bought the 1-of-1 mosaic black finite Tank Dell just a day before this game for $500 in a buy it now. The biggest transaction from today for Tank Dell is this really nice gold Sharpie TD plates and patches here, serial numbered 01 out of 10, full coverage, $275. Or this auction yesterday is a tessellation out of 15 from Mosaic, $203 in auction on 21 bids. Even had a Panini Immaculate Collegiate today, Emerald 4 out of 13, sold for $82 and a buy it now. Hey guys, now real quick, if you're new here, welcome to the Football Card Quest, part of the NoOffSeason.com Sports Card Network. I'm your host, Andy Kazin, and we are 100% dedicated to football card research and selling tips, parlaying everything we love about the NFL betting markets and fantasy football with that of the football card markets, whether it's eBay or any other sports card marketplace. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, that bell notification icon, and leave us a comment in the comment section below. What player are you buying after watching yesterday's games? Now back to the action. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens are now 7-2 and look like one of the very best teams in the NFL after laying a beatdown on the NFC West leading Seahawks. You can see some of Lamar Jackson's cards starting to climb. Look at the 30-day trends, especially like on this base select premier here, up to a new trend of 76.34, including a $70 buy it now on Halloween last week. Or this beauty here, 2018 select tie-dye patch out of 10. Rookie patch auto from Lamar Jackson. This is a PSA 10. This sold for $3,000 in a buy it now yesterday on Game. So in fact, if you look at Lamar's base Donruss PSA 10, his most transacted card in the past 180 days, with a population of 5,532. Check out this PSA 10 sold Sunday, November 5th in auction for $47. But then today you have a $70 confirmed buy it now. Actually sold $75 today in a buy it now. So nice little increase there. You're seeing the ascension of the Baltimore Ravens as they look on both sides of the ball, one of the best teams. And actually, the big storyline out of this game is undrafted free agent Keaton Mitchell. This kid, as you can see here, wearing the Guardian cap in the turn of the century rookie auto here, balled out on just 9 carries. He gashed up the Seahawks all over the field for 138 yards. That's 15.3 yards per carry and a touchdown. Gus the Bus even added 2 more touchdowns. Odell Beckham added a touchdown. But I want you to check out these Chronicles Draft Picks Origins red out of 199. This sold on ComC today for $48.84. $50 when you combine everything. A little bit over. Out of 49 turn of the century auto, 95. This guy doesn't have very many rookie cards. But check that increase on the Chronicles Origins Draft Picks rookie auto here, going from 20 to 25 today to 50. But if you guys go back to before the season, this was a card you could have got out of a dollar bin potentially. Or as you can see here on eBay, August 14th for $2.76. And now up to that $50 range. That's just an absolute incredible increase in the values of these rookie autograph Keaton Mitchell cards that are pretty scarce. He is the latest in a series of running backs that people are making a tremendous amount of profit on. As you can see, all these $1 to $5 origins that are now selling for $25 to $50 today. Or how about that turn of the century auto you just saw selling for almost $100 previous just a month ago on October 5th? That card could have been had for $10 or less, out of $249 for $10, October 18th. And this is why I was so bullish on J.K. Dobbins before the season, because this could have been him if he never got hurt. But I digress. Congratulations to Keaton Mitchell. Hey, real quick, if you guys want to access that Keep'em web app that tracks all those graded football card prices from eBay, and you can see the comparisons in the charts, you can store your collection in there and track that and see your percentage of exposures. You can also get access to our weekly Auction Sniper article and our Discord server and all the other perks and benefits that we offer through our premium membership. Just check it out at footballcardquest.com. Click that Go Premium button. Leave me a comment. I'll even direct you guys how to get there if you're having any trouble. All right, now back to the act. The Eagles beat the Cowboys in a slugfest, leaning on the hyper-efficient passing game from Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown and Devonta, and leaning on their defense when it mattered most. They got home against Dak Prescott 5 times, crushing the Cowboys fans' souls as the Eagles move to 8-1 with the best record in the league, while the Cowboys fall to 5-3. The largest transaction from A.J. Brown yesterday was almost his largest in the past 90 days, It's an immaculate collection, 2019 1-of-1 BGS 9 here, $3,000. Buy it now. You also have this really sick green shimmer auto out of 5. Now, this is a 2022. This is a veteran card with some PSA 10 conditions, a great color match and uniform match to his current team now, $600. A really impressive buy it now on his rookie ticket auto. This one, a stub on-card rookie auto out of 11, $350. Buy it now. Or this A.J. Brown swoosh patch sealed 2 out of 2. Another veteran card in the Eagles uniform. $400. Buy it now yesterday on game day. Jalen Hurts base graded market still pretty much flatline from where it's been at. Optic Hollow PSA 10s around $270. Base Donruss PSA 10s around $50. So not too far behind Lamar, but with a lot more supply for Jalen Hurts in 2020 than you have for Lamar in 2018. Base Prism around $100 for his PSA 10. Let's add in the 4 premium 2020 quarterbacks. Even though Jordan Love did have a bounce back game this week, nice win after 4 losses in a row. They played a pretty weak Rams team. But let's check out in the past 30 days where these guys stack up right now. These 4 guys, Tua, Burrow, Herbert, and Jalen Hurts. Both Hurts and Burrow get a win yesterday. Herbert plays tonight. Tua had a loss in Germany yesterday morning against the Kansas City Chiefs. Hurts is right there behind Justin Herbert, but still quite a ways behind Joe Burrow, who is now ascending and looking like the Super Bowl caliber Joe Burrow Cincinnati Bengals offense we want to see after a big statement win over the Buffalo Bills last night. Check out how popular those orange laser cards are. That card for Joe Burrow, about $450. That card for Jalen Hurts, about $200. Speaking of Joe Burrow and the Bengals and that win over the Bills, he is our number 5 this week as they get the big win over the Bills, 24-18. The Bengals now improved to 5-3, and it could be Joe. The offensive spotlight in this game could easily be Joe Burrow for his 300-yard passing performance. But he was aided big time from T. Higgins, who's now back at full health. Higgins finished the game with 110 receiving yards on 9 targets and 8 catches. Burrow's biggest transaction yesterday was just buy it now on his rookie ticket auto wild card. As you can see in that blast on it, it's how you know it's that wild card. So BGS 95. This is serial numbered out of 25. This sold buy it now for $3,000. Now let's check out a card that features the stack. Got Joe Burrow T. Higgins here from Spectra. Blacklight rookie patch auto from both these guys. 05 out of 10. PSA 9. $732 in auction last night. Got to remember there's still a lot of Clemson fans for T. Higgins as well. Stacked with Trevor Lawrence back there at Clemson. You have this National Treasure Collegiate autograph. It's a true one-of-one here. Beautiful card. $325 buy it now. That was a few days ago on November 3rd. You search for T. Higgins 2020 rookie ticket auto and look at the sold transactions. You can't find any that have happened since October 29th, which is kind of strange. So it tells you a lot of people have these now stashed in their collection. I'll tell you, the peak on these cards was closer to $100, especially for the silver optic contenders rookie ticket auto. And this one closed for $50 October 26th. So definitely been a product of the midseason dip and also the Bengals dip and the T. Higgins health dip, taking a backseat to Jamar Chase. But this Sunday Night Football was a great bounce back game for T. Higgins and just a great game overall for the Bengals as they are now number 5 this week going up. Number 6 is Taysom Hill with the New Orleans Saints, man, because he throws a touchdown, he catches a touchdown, he carries the ball more times than Alvin Kamara with twice the yards per carry, helping lead the Saints to their 2nd win in a row, this time in a back-and-forth battle against the Bears, led by rookie quarterback Tyson Bagent, who had a great game with Cole Kmet. But the Saints ultimately win this game, and they now lead the NFC North and are front-runners from the division to make the playoffs. After the Falcons and the Bucs both lose, the Saints are now in the catbird seat here out of the NFC South. And check out the rookie ticket auto. Taysom Hill has very few rookie cards if you go back to 2017. But you have several sold transactions, all buy it now for Taysom Hill, which is why he's number 6 this week going up. Rookie ticket auto base Taysom Hill, buy it now, $100. PSA 8, $70.40. Another raw, $75. Another raw, $75. Another raw, $65. Those were all buy it nows from yesterday. Now that card has a pretty safe floor. If we look at some of the lowest transactions in the past 90 days on that card, $52 September 17th. or $56 on an SGC 9.5 with a 10 auto for $56. PSA 9 for $55. $50 for a PSA 8. Number 7 this week is going to be Isaiah Pacheco from the Chiefs. Somebody from this game has got to step up, and Pacheco led the Chiefs in total yards of offense. He ran for 66 yards on 16 carries, and he gets the offensive spotlight nod in this game. He had his green scope Prism, a rookie, not even color match to the Chiefs, out of 75, sell for $63 in auction yesterday. Whew, I love these obsidian gold cards. You have this gold Isaiah Pacheco. This has a white ink Sharpie, this event signed autograph that's been PSA DNA certified. And thank God someone's getting Pacheco to sign these cards at events, because there are no manufactured rookie autos for Pacheco. So when you find the event sign, it's not like other players' markets like Herbert, where he's got a bunch of manufactured autos and then a bunch of event signed autos, and the event signed go for less than the manufactured ones. With Pacheco, the event signed ones are it. So you look at this base Prism that even got a PSA 8 on the actual the auto grade, which is kind of arbitrary. Yes, it's PSA's subjective grading system, but the card got a 10. This card sold for $275. Really solid transaction. Pacheco's Gold Shimmer out of 10, PSA 10, sold for $800 just 2 days ago on Saturday. Now, as you can see here, Travis Kelce's market has kind of leveled out, but I think it's because Taylor Swift wasn't at the game. If you look at his splits, he's now averaging 108 yards per game when she's there and 41 yards per game when she's not. And I know you guys don't want to hear this, but I mean, these splits are starting to stack up. His 14 receiving yards marked his lowest single game total since 2018. Although it was super quiet, it was enough for him to overpass Tony Gonzalez for the most receiving yards in Chiefs history. Kelce now sits at 10,941 receiving yards from 152 games, while it took Gonzalez 190 games to reach 10,940 yards. And as Kelce has stated before, he wants to continue playing till he breaks all of Tony Gonzalez's records and is the best tight end in NFL history. Still, very high dollar amounts for his rookie cards, like the PSA 10 Top Chrome Refractor for $440. I mean, it's almost quarterback prices. What we're seeing here from Travis Kelce. Let's filter by PSA 9 and see what kind of data we get back on Kelce. Still a $51 base score, that retro 1989 look, which is really cool. His iconic Topps photo here, still up about 9-10%. That's still about a $50 card. Still an $80 PSA 9 base Prism. I mean, that's higher than a lot of the quarterbacks, especially ultra modern. Even a PSA 9 Topps Refractor here, which this card has a tough grade, man. Tough grades. You can see 60% conversion rate of raw to PSA 9, only 24% conversion rate to PSA 10. And those cards with only a population of 123. You can see the chart and how they've gone up. So you have a lot more 9s, and that 9 chart is kind of bouncing around. We're still seeing our best transactions now, as indicated from this auction yesterday of $133. Number 8 is going to be the Browns offense. We're going to talk about a few guys on the Browns, not only from the offense, but the defense as well. They shut out the Cardinals, but did they really exceed expectations? Deshaun Watson clawing his way back to life here, doing just enough. And when you're aided by the incredible defense of the Cleveland Browns, when they're able to generate 7 sacks and force Clayton Tune to a laughable 20.8 quarterback rating, that's really going to help you to a lot of wins. You can see how cheap his cards have gotten now. Optic Holo PSA 8s, $23. PSA 9 base optic for $20. National Treasures rookie patch autos out of 99. Even though it's a PSA 8, still this card selling for $100. Best offer accepted. That seller took what cash he could get and kind of ran. Who I wanted to call out is actually Cedric Tilman, because ever since Donovan Peoples-Jones was traded to the Detroit Lions at the trade deadline, this opened the door for Cedric Tilman, the rookie, to receive a bigger role. Tilman caught his only target for 3 yards, but the opportunity is there for Tilman to be a much bigger part of the Browns' offense going forward. In this game, he had snap shares as a top 2 wide receiver with Amari Cooper. So that's the underlying metric for future targets. So if he continues to get this kind of snap share, this is going to lead to more routes run, more targets per route run, and ultimately more points, as the Browns are an interesting team. This AFC North division is looking like definitely the best division in the NFL. Strongest division top to bottom. Are you kidding? Ravens, Browns, Steelers, and Bengals. And the Bengals like tied for last place with the Steelers. I mean, this is pretty crazy how the AFC North is shaking out. I think number 9 right now is still got to be Will Levis. He had some promising signs against a super high blitz rate Steelers, and he was very competitive and tried to claw his way back at the end of this game to lead his team to get back in this game and potentially win, but just wasn't quite enough. I mean, such a difficult challenge, but his cards are still getting a tremendous amount of buy it now solds, and both Mosaic, Tops Now. If you look at some of those primary sets that are out for him, even the base Tops Now, kind of like a Panini Instant version from Topps here, selling for $8. Jordan Love bounced back this week after losing the past 4 in a row. He's going to be my number 10, albeit against a Brett Rypien-led Rams. But take notice, Aaron Jones was back to virtual full speed, and this made a big impact. Nonetheless, Jordan Love throws a solid game with no turnovers. His favorite target, once again, Aaron Jones. So making a big difference in helping Jordan Love getting the ball out quick, generating yards after contact. Even though Aaron Jones had 1 fumble, the Packers were pretty easily able to win this game. Check out this buy it now sold Hyper Panini Phoenix here for $38. I think you got a little bit of a one-touch effect going on there, because I mean, you look at the rest of the market and some of this other sold data, including red, white, and blue PSA 10, $50. And if you go look at the 180-day data, first of all, Deshaun Watson, look how far down. I mean, even a base prism PSA 10. I mean, he's down lower in like that Cooper Kupp, Christian McCaffrey type range, maybe even just a little bit lower. About the same as Cooper Kupp, though, probably. Let's check on that Jordan Love market. Clearly, the 180 trend down big time. About 50% for his base prism to a new trend of $33. It's so cheap. One of the reasons why I like buying Jordan Love, just because the Packers. Now, I do think he's played good enough. Hopefully, get that extension, remain a starter. I do think you got a lot of coaching issues going on in Green Bay. Still down quite a bit, considering what people were paying at the beginning of the season for Jordan Love, like this National Treasure out of 10 for $7,000 in a buy it now. You have none of his highest transactions in the past 90 days over this past weekend. His biggest transaction out of the top couple hundred solds. You had this one from the 3rd. So you had this one on Friday. It's a Mosaic Peacock Choice PSA 9 that sold for $1,000, discounted over 50% from where it was listed at $2,500. Kenny Moore had some decent jersey sales yesterday. Autograph camo jersey, $59. Getting 2 pick sixes on Bryce Young, helping the Colts get to a much-needed win. The biggest transaction I can find for Kenny Moore from yesterday is this It's Too Good autograph prism insert, $10.50 in auction. So if you want to build a Kenny Moore collection, you can do so with relative ease, with extreme ease. Not relative, that's the wrong word, extreme ease. Now, who is going up from this game is Jonathan Taylor, as he takes back over the Colts backfield. He finally pulled away from Zach Moss and is playing a similar role to the one he previously had. He didn't really play all that well given his opportunities, as he averaged 2.6 yards per carry. It was more about the opportunity share, him receiving about 75%. You had this snakeskin PSA 9 sold for $256 in a buy it now on the 3rd. That was Friday. As well as a Panini Black Box, 1 of 1, 2020 Contenders Optic Green Pulsar sold for $350 in a buy it now on Friday. The biggest game day transaction was this Optic, not Optic, auction of a Contenders Cracked Ice, serial numbered out of 22, SGC 10, card grade 10, auto 10, $330 in auction. Another Cracked Ice out of 22, SGC 9.5, going for $305. So really, really wild. You would think that the 1010 would go for closer to $500 or more, considering the fact it should separate itself quite a bit, but it just goes to show you when a card is that rare, it is more about the card and the player on the card than the grade itself. All right, a couple more takeaways, guys, here. The Raiders get a win. New management, new coaching, albeit they beat a decimated New York Giants, just decimated on offense and defense. Daniel Jones now done for the season with a torn ACL. The other big injury was Cam Akers tore his Achilles on the other ankle from the previous leg that he tore his Achilles on. Both of those guys will be done. Obviously, Akers is on the Vikings. They got a big win with Josh Dobbs coming in, although Jaron Hall didn't look bad through the first quarter before he had to leave due to concussion. Dobbs was able to pull them to a victory there, as the Vikings are hanging on to their season, man. They are really hanging on to their season. But, back to the Raiders. New coaching, new management, new quarterback and rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell. What's interesting is Aiden O'Connell had 0 touchdowns, only 209 passing yards, but he also took no sacks and he threw no interceptions. So this was finally a big Josh Jacobs game, toting the rock 26 times for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. But the key thing there is that Aiden O'Connell was able to limit the turnovers and help the Raiders get to a victory. Then we mentioned Cole Kmet earlier, scoring twice. Let me know, guys, so real quick about Cole Kmet here. I did write this down. George Kittle's the only tight end with more multi-touchdown games in the past 2 seasons than Cole Kmet. Let me know, guys, what other takeaways I missed from this past week 9. Good luck tonight if you're watching the Chargers-Jets game. And I will see you guys in the podcast tomorrow with Carter live around lunchtime. Peace.